Okay, we're recording now.
Okay, my name is Judy McDermott. I'm here in St. Joseph's nursing home in Trim with Kathleen Dunne, one of the residents, and Mary Furlong. Tell us about your years as a bus driver.
Oh, yeah, I started that in about 1969, 68, 69, and we had to do a training course first, and the inspector came, but it happened to be in the winter time, like, in December, January, that time of the year. And that time we used to have very heavy frost and very heavy snow, and I only got 7 trips in the bus, and I had to do my test in March on a Saturday morning. I'll never forget it. But thanks be to God, I passed it the first time.
Good woman.
I think if I had to go again, I wouldn't have done it, you know.
And Kathleen, would you have been driving cars and everything every day before that, or?
Didn't start to drive until we got a car when Jerry was a baby. That would have been, about 58. We got a car in 58. And I learned to drive sometime after he was born.
Mm.
And I drove the car from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would have been quite unusual though, wouldn't it?
Mm.
It would.
Mm.
Yeah. And your job as a bus driver, would it have seemed unusual for a lady to be applying?
Well, at that time there was ladies before me.
Was there?
Oh yeah, there was 4 or 5 ladies before me.
Okay.
Yeah. It was anyone over 21 could train, you know. But you had to be over 21 to get a knee licence for the bus. So there definitely was 5 or 6 before me.
Okay.
Yeah. But I loved it.
And your job entailed taking children to and from
children
school?
to and from school, yeah. I did secondary runs into Trim, different areas, and I did Boarsmill National School all the time. That was only national school I did. But I did other runs for the secondary, but it was still Trim secondary, you know.
And that was the boys and the girls, was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Boys and girls. The Tech was in at that time, and the Christian Brothers were down there for a while. Then that developed into a community school.
Mm.
So we had no Tech.
How many years were you driving buses?
I'd say I was about 32
Wow, fantastic.
driving.
Many great stories about the children who travelled on your buses.
Some of them were hard to manage, but I never really had much trouble.
Lovely.
I suppose they got to see I wasn't taking any nonsense, and behaved themselves kind of, you know. I just had the odd couple would give you trouble, you know, yourself, young lads, that age, and but we got on all right, and some of them were very nice, you know, helping out and that kind of thing. But we had to do driving and we had to do overseeing, conductor's work as well, you know, which wasn't easy. Wasn't easy. But that time, of course, there wasn't as much traffic.
Of course.
Back in 1969 and that.
So you were there when the free travel came in?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So then things progressed from that, just the usual everyday occurrence, and we got our holidays at holiday times and that.
And I met one of your sons last week.
Uh-huh.
And he said to ask you about the great story you had.
About what?
He didn't say, but you laughed, the two of you, as you walked away. You said she has a great story about her time as a bus driver.
I think I have, but I haven't really. No, it was just every day the same as any other work, you know. You went to work and some drivers had terrible trouble with the children. I hadn't. I have to say that they were fairly good. Now there was a few occasions like, but that's all.
Did you ever put any of them off?
Yes. I put 2 lads off
Did you put them off?
on the
Often.
side of the road. That time we were allowed to do that,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't do it now. You
No.
couldn't do it now.
No.
Or
But
you
of
couldn't
course
do
they
it-
got back on.
You couldn't do it this years, like, you know, but that time we could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was enough to know that you meant business.
Oh yes, it was enough. It quietened them anyway. Yeah, they realised she would do it. I threatened all right several times, you know, but thought I'd never do it.
Yeah.
But I did.
Yeah.
It was fair warning for everybody else.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, a few more of them put them off too, but just, you know, young lads at that age, 15, 16, 17, they're not inclined to do what they're told, and they like messing and all that kind of thing, you know, and you can't have that when you have a load like that on the bus. You know, when I started driving first, I had 79 on that bus, on the yellow bus,
Oh gosh.
for a while, yeah. That was before they got enough buses.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's 79, I counted them.
Yeah, you had to be 3 miles out of town,
Out
did
of
you, to
town.
qualify for it?
That's right. Oh, they used to love that if they could get on the school bus. Thought it was brilliant. Yeah.